What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're testing what I call a single copy of Lenya, but technically we do have her belt to epic because you do get 8 copies of this hero from a single summon if you do the rate up, and well, I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's inappropriate. I never looked. Oh lord. Anyway, okay. Oh jeez. Alright. So, this is our former Mauler meme team. So you guys can see this is not going to be anything that's super amazing, but what we can probably test her out is to see what she can do very early on. Now, as you guys can see, she's not going to have Legendary, Mythic, or Supreme Plus unlocks. She's going to have the most basic version of her kit, which does include a lot of crit chance, a lot of stuns, and a lot of movement abilities. And I really want to test her out the most in like arena. I think arena is probably gonna be one of the best places to test her out in. Chances are we should be able to find people still in the same power level as us, so I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue. So we're gonna be doing some teams kind of like this where we are going to slot her in and see if we can make her work somehow. I do feel like she's a lot like Soren. This does kind of bust up our faction bonus too, but let's just see how this turns out. I have no clue what she can do in the early game. I do feel like maybe in PvP she can have good uses, but look at this. The biggest issue with Lenya is her survivability. Now, she got a huge burst of healing right there, which thankfully saved her life. However, that's not always going to be the case. You can see right here, she dashed to the target and then destroyed them. So damage seems okay. And in a team like this that we're like really doubling down on all the crowd control, it might not be that bad because you could kind of like chain stun lock these targets depending on how it works. Like Soren's kicking her butt, Alsa's diving to her, she does her kick, like she could potentially have use. And remember, everybody else on this team is extremely leveled up, so she's not going to be able to compete when it comes to damage. However, the support part of it might be there. Let's throw a couple more battles into this just to see what it looks like. Now, remember, I'm pretty sure she's mainly going to be like a PvP hero. And even at that, she's not going to be like a super crazy, amazing, I guess I'll say boss damage dealer or anything like that. She might be okay in AFK stages. Let's just continue to see how this actually works out. So she's going to go up the top here. She's getting double teamed right here. That just sounds wrong. A single copy is going to be rough to use no matter what. A lot of times support heroes can be really cool niche single hero copies, but when you're talking about a melee damage dealer, I think that's going to be the biggest red flag for this, for any hero. Not just this hero, any hero that comes out. If you are a pure ranged supporter, one copy can potentially work. If you're a ranged one copy hero, it can work out. If you're a support melee, like we saw with Mikola, chances of that hero being viable is lower. And then if you are a damage dealing melee hero, at one copy, this hero is going to be essentially useless. I think we can all agree this is essentially going to be a useless hero. Now, what happens if we swap her instead? Because that will give her some support that she might need, like that healing, whereas Soren has some already built in, so giving that support to Lenya to keep her alive might be good. This is like a giant pinball machine going across the entire screen. It's hard to see what's going on. You see right there, she got a crit, so therefore she did get that stun off. She's also going to be able to proc things like Alsa's boulders, which could be good. But comparing her, like, again, if she was like an Arden who had like CC maybe at a range, I could see her being useful. But everywhere else, I think she's going to come up completely flat. Because the other thing that she doesn't do that even a lot of other damage dealers do is none of her abilities actually affect her allies. And if you're not affecting the allies, that's not going to be very useful to the overall team. Now, her season ability too just increases her own haste. So even here, like... here's my frustration with this. I know the season's almost over, but if she would have got a season ability like some other heroes, who's the one that we can look at? Lucius. Lucius has one that's going to buff the overall damage and haste of their allies. Whereas she, I guess, you know, they see her as a damage dealer. That's gonna fall flat. The other big issue with this hero is any physical damage dealer that doesn't also do true damage or support their team. And when I say support their team, I'm talking about heroes like Shakir. Like when Shakir gets to Mythic Plus, he has his aura that he puts out, and when he has the Lupine aura leveled up, or the Mythic Plus to level 3, when that aura is out, he can share some of that attack bonus with his allies, whereas the aura also is just also providing some damage reduction and stuff like that, defense and stuff to himself. There's just some support to it. When it comes to this hero, she just doesn't really have anything. Now, of course, I might be jumping the gun on this. I might not be thinking of a way to use this hero that might be useful. So if you guys do have a recommendation for like a single copy or even an S+, please let me know. Pretty please, because again, she's not going to be able to do damage in Dream Realm, and she's not supporting the damage dealers there. Ravage Realm, again, is a boss. She's not doing like crazy amounts of damage as we saw at S+, so at a single copy is going to be pretty useful. I mean, like, yeah, this, I just can't see of any potential way to make this hero viable. Not at all, especially not at a single copy. But even just thinking further, she gets more haste, she does like more damage, takes less, so maybe at S+ she is a little bit better, because when she is dueling someone, she takes 35% less damage from all the other enemies. But I mean, she's got to get, I don't know, it's really interesting. I don't know how viable she can even be, because again, she has to get to an ultimate for the duel to be enabled. It's only a 12-second duel. Nothing says like other targets prioritize damaging her or don't damage her. It's just that during that battle, the enemy that she is dueling with prioritizes attacking her, which is kind of like a pseudo taunt, but it almost sounds like they can still use their ultimate, which means it's kind of weaker than taunt. I don't know why they just couldn't make it a taunt effect, because if they did, maybe it'd be viable. I don't know. I think after hitting such bangers of Lily May and then a really solid support hero of Mikola, we're due for just kind of a meh hero. Just sucks that it ended up being her. Kind of does. So let me know what you guys think. If you want to see anything testing out, let me know. This is kind of ridiculous, but I'll see you guys next time.